Hey Retro Maniacs, EP here, Extra Innings. We're back, another episode. Welcome back, thank you. I'm going to talk about another group of cards that I am not going to get rid of that I got from the local card shop. I got a huge lot of cards. I think 600 cards, 11 cents a card, huge lot. So don't worry. I'm taking care of myself and making sure I have enough card money to be able to take care of this. But these were a few that I pulled out that I was like, you know what? I'm not getting rid of this for whatever the price was and/or because it was so cool. This first one, 1969. I forget I think they're 3Ds. They're called. But yeah, so they're from 1969. You can see there's a little schmutz on the back. But this is by far nicer than the one I have a Tom Seaver one of these that's really kind of chewed up. So this one is in really nice condition. Other than that back, and there's a little bit of stuff there on the edges, but not a big deal. Like a really cool card in my opinion. And Hall of Famer Carmen Killebrew, definitely one I was going to keep. Even when the Bill, the guy that runs Docs, when he was going through the cards, looking at him, was like, man, it's a really nice copy. You looked out on that one. It's like, yeah, I did. It's a really nice copy. So. Another one, this is from 2013 Topps. This is just a Reggie Jackson insert card. This is one of those Topps cards that probably comes one per jumbo pack. Not worth anything, but this is an iconic Reggie image for me. The 44 with the mustache and the glasses and the Yankees uni. And this is my Reggie. This is my favorite Reggie. So I kind of had to keep this one. Probably a 50-cent card if that. So definitely a keeper. Definitely a keeper. Next, as I was digging through the shop, my buddy Rob Ingalls was there. Mike had been there earlier, which is crazy to see both of them there. But Rob was digging through stuff, and he said, "Hey, I found one for you," and he hands this to me, and it is a Allen and Ginter Hottest Peppers Komodo Dragon pepper card. And he just knows that I love red peppers. He knows I love hot peppers, hot stuff. He also knows I love Allen and Ginter. So just kind of a really cool match. So I really appreciated that. And I was like, you know what? That is definitely a keeper. So I put that one aside for myself. Oh, this next one's great. This is a Steve Young action pack card. Now, when I was digging through the cards, I was there, I think, 3 hours. We've talked about Docs on the show before. There are just boxes full of cards. And these cards are not really in any sort of order. You can find a Magic card along with a hockey card and a basketball card and a football card all in the same box. So, but there are just tons of boxes. So I was about done with my shift at the card shop, and I got down to the last row, and I was like, "There's one box left. I can't leave a box unsearched. I would regret it if I did." Open up the box, and I was digging through, kind of like leafing through. Didn't see a ton of stuff, but then I saw in the last row just a ton of action pack cards. You can tell by the profile of the cards, like the kind of how they are because of the thickness of them. And I was like, all right, well, I got to go through the action pack cards. I found a bunch of them. So Emmett Smith, Steve Young, Barry Sanders, Troy Aikman, just a ton of star cards for all of those players that we love from back in the day. And this one though, when I got home, got back with them again, 11 cents a card. I noticed this one had the Braille on the back. So these cards are action-packed cards, are known for being embossed. You can see that the players kind of raised up, the team name is kind of raised up, and they did these Braille cards where people who can't read can actually read, where people can't see can actually read what's on the back of the card, which I thought was one of the always thought was one of the coolest things. Back in the day, I never got one, and so to be able to, I never opened a full box of action pack, I don't think, so I'm not even sure how hard they were to pull, but they felt like they kind of felt a little bit like a Grail kind of card, and the fact that I'd never seen one or held one in my own hand. So to get one for 11 cents a card again, so much fun. And I said, you know what, this is definitely not being sold. This is a keeper 100%. So some more keepers. As I'm digging through these cards, if I find some cards that are for my PC, I'm going to pick them up because I know I'm going to get a good deal because I'm buying a bunch of stuff that probably they probably will never sell except to me, Mike, and Rob. So these Tiki Barbers, again, they're 50-cent cards, and but I love them. There's an SPX. This SPX is really cool, and Tiki Barber is one of the few players that I like. PC as in I want to collect one of every one of his cards, partially because he's relatively decent price. So I don't mind collecting base cards, and these are really cool cards. So there we go. Another player that fits that bill that I don't have a ton of. I have way more Tiki Barbers is Eli Manning, of course. Eli Manning beat Tom Brady in the Super Bowl twice, and really just if you're a Giants fan, you have to respect Eli Manning. So there's that same SPX set. There's an Eli Manning, SP Authentic Eli Manning, wearing the red practice jersey. Donruss Elite, Eli Manning and the regular Topps Eli Manning. So there you go. Next, more PC guys that I collect. Patrick Waugh, I've talked about him. This is 96 Fleer. Martin Brodeur, another one. These are pretty much the only two hockey players I collect are Brodeur and Patrick Waugh. And I just happened to find a bunch. I found more hockey at the card shop the last time I went than I've ever found that I wanted to buy. And I ended up buying a bunch of like Connor McDavid's and Luke Hughes and Jack Hughes and just a pile of guys that are kind of up and coming and or established as the current new great players. Threw them in my dollar box at the card 50-cent box at the card show. I don't think I sold a single one, but I was glad to add some hockey cards. So Patrick Waugh, Martin Brodeur, another Brodeur, some really cool Brodeur SB Authentic. Oh, and this one, let's talk for a second about this one. So this is a highlight from 1999. David Cone throws a perfect game. And the reason why this card, this is the Topps Chrome card, highlight card, is the minute I saw this, like, oh my gosh, how do I not have a copy of this yet? I actually didn't know it existed. So let's take a second. When I live in rural Pennsylvania, but when I was in 1999, I lived in rural Pennsylvania. Like, I had a TV in my room that had bunny ears on it. I could pick up like 2 channels on it. So that was it. How I got my Yankees fix was either playing PlayStation or listening on the radio. The Fan, WFAN, used to broadcast. I think it was wasn't WFAN. WFAN was the Mets station. It was a radio station. I can't remember the name of it. So I listened to all the Yankees games that I could on the radio station. And so I listened to David Cone's perfect game on the radio, and it's one of my fondest memories, Yankees memories as at that age, to listen to that game on the radio. Just, it was such an awesome moment to hear this thing happening on the radio as opposed to seeing it on TV, and just really cool. So to have that memorialized on this card, that was like, oh, I can't not get this card. So I can't not get it and not keep it. So there you go. Joey Galloway, here's another player who, interestingly, he's one of my fantasy football players from back in the day. I made a trade in the first or second year of our fantasy league that we've been doing since 1996, and I think I traded like Craig Hayward, Andre Rison, and maybe Jeff George for Joey Galloway, Shannon Sharp, and Michael Irvin. I made out great on the deal. Joey Galloway, explosive player, really great player, and somebody who I wanted to get a good rookie card of his. This, I think, is probably his best rookie card. It's my favorite rookie card of his. So I was excited to get that one. And lastly, as much as I love Tiki Barber, I love all the Giants running backs. O.J. Anderson, Rodney Hampton, Tiki Barber. They're all great. And all the great ones are all great. Tyrone Wheatley, I've said before, I don't really collect him. But Rodney Hampton and O.J. Anderson, definitely collect those guys along with Tiki Barber. To find an action pack card of his, I might have already had this action pack, but I put it aside just in case I don't, and I haven't seen the other one yet. So there you go. All right, that's it for today. Have a great one. Thanks.